I don't think an American president has ever done what Donald Trump did yesterday. Russian media loves Trump. The Mueller report made it very clear that Putin always wanted Trump to win, and in both elections. Maybe Dan can tell us today if Elon Musk, who hasn't been vetted by Congress, is the head of Doge.
Let's hop into a contentious episode of Piers Morgan where Mehdi Hasan shreds MAGA clown Dan Crenshaw in a debate over Trump, over Doge. So take a moment to first like the video, helps the video grow, helps our channel out a lot, and let's get into the takedown.
I don't think an American president has ever done what Donald Trump did yesterday. His top donor gave him hundreds of millions of dollars during the election. The New York Times is reporting that he just gave another $100 million to Trump political operations. And the president went out on the south lawn of the White House and turned the White House into a car dealership so he could help his top donor sell cars. I mean, that is astonishing on multiple levels. I've criticized Republican presidents in the past. I can't think of a single Republican president who's done something that so corrupt and pathetic on Musk's behalf, by the way, but corrupt on Trump's behalf to do that for a donor, to sell cars on the White House lawn, to put out tweets saying, I'm buying a Tesla. Yeah, for your top donor. If Joe Biden had done it, you would be screaming from the rooftops, as with your party, you'd be filing articles of impeachment. So give us a rest on the kind of patronizing stuff about exact language. Corruption is exactly at the core of this Trump White House. Look at the crypto money. The guy is running. The guy just, Dan, the guy just pardoned. The guy just pardoned a crypto guy who the DOJ was investigating, who's put money into the Trump family crypto scheme.
It's funny because he asked Mehdi what evidence of corruption from Trump exists. Like there isn't a long list. Like this will be some gotcha when he can't answer. I mean, Trump was found guilty of hundreds of millions of dollars of fraud. If they're trying to pigeonhole him into like specific legal corruption, there you go. But Mehdi does a great job just listing his corrupt acts, taking $300 million from Elon, then doing a commercial for him. I mean, imagine if Biden did this with Soros. We have Trump telling big oil to donate him $1 billion and he'll do whatever energy policy they want, taking $100 million from Miriam Adelson and letting her decide U.S.-Israeli policy to the extent that he's now talking about annexing Gaza with U.S. troops. I mean, what has Trump done that isn't corrupt? We haven't even gotten into like the election interference stuff or any of his other 88 charges.
Elon Musk is running a government department. He is not vetted. He has not gone through Senate confirmation hearings like cabinet officials and ambassadors. George Soros has never led any kind of government department. If he did, Republican heads would explode. He's never run anything in government, nor is Alexander Soros. Musk is literally standing next to the president. He is telling cabinet secretaries what to do. He's attending cabinet meetings. They're going to court. Dan's not telling you this, but there's literal court cases going on right now to determine the status of Elon Musk and Doge. And by the way, government lawyers are telling the judges he's not the head of Doge. Donald Trump stood in front of Congress and said he is the head of Doge. Maybe Dan can tell us today if Elon Musk, who hasn't been vetted by Congress, is the head of Doge. What's so sad to see is members of Congress like Dan just completely abdicating their responsibilities as a co-equal branch of government and deferring to both Donald Trump and Elon Musk. That's kind of embarrassing to see. And I haven't finished my point. I didn't interrupt you. So when I finish, you can come back in.
I love how Elon Musk is literally everything that MAGA convinced themselves that George Soros was, and that's why they have to hate George Soros. But now they're okay with it when Elon does it because he's not Jewish and he likes Trump. The issue is that they bought so hard into Trump actually being anti-establishment that they actually thought they could paint the Democrats as the party of the billionaire now, and that Trump would follow through and be anti-establishment. Only for this to backfire the second Trump wins, because obviously the billionaire elite guy who is a fraud is the establishment candidate. And now they moved the goalposts because of that too. Well, billionaires are okay as long as they're righteous billionaires defeating woke and rooting out corruption, when in reality now the power of the public sector is being consolidated around the wealthy, around private interests, which is wrong for the public sector and only begins to push out those at the bottom, like we see in every other private sector. It's anti-democratic and anti-American.
Russia has openly said that Trump is aligned with our vision, right? Russians are the ones saying they love Trump. The Russian media loves Trump. The Mueller report made it very clear that Putin always wanted Trump to win, and in both elections. So let's not get lost in Trump. Trump called Putin a genius for invading Ukraine in 2022. And yes, the invasion happened on Biden's watch, but Zelensky himself will tell you, you've both met Zelensky, I haven't. He'll tell you that thanks to Joe Biden, Russia wasn't able to completely destroy and wipe out Ukraine in a matter of months or weeks, as some people thought he would, including American generals wrongly. So it's absurd to say Joe Biden didn't support Ukraine for the last few years. Of course he did. And yes, we all want peace, but I don't trust Trump.
Russia is saying that Trump is aligned with their interests. Democrats don't need to do it. We have proof that Russia interfered on Trump's behalf in 2016 from Senate Republicans. We have proof that Trump welcomed this information from Senate Republicans conversations. We have proof that Trump had secret conversations with Putin after leaving office that he admits to having, but refuses to disclose the contents or information discussed in those conversations. We have proof that Trump sent protective COVID gear that he was withholding from states to Russia. I don't know what proof that anyone could need to be convinced that Russia has successfully infiltrated the Republican Party. It's hilarious too, because with Democrats, for MAGA, they will connect the craziest dots to make a conspiracy. Oh, Hunter in this email said the big guy one time, and he got money from this company that is connected to this company that's located in China, and it clearly means that he was laundering money to Biden because Biden has to be the big guy, even though, again, no evidence to connect any of these dots, but it has to be true, guys. It has to be. But then they look at all of this, Trump admitting his son took information from Russia, the Senate admitting Russia interfered on Trump's behalf, Trump admitting he had conversations with Putin that he won't disclose the information of, Trump sending protective gear to Putin, Russia saying Trump's policies on Ukraine is lighting up with his interests, Trump literally doing Kremlin talking points trying to pretend Ukraine started the war, and they're just like, nah, he's not with Russia. Like, what are we even doing? Can we just be for real?